Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is Quotes 208. Quote today is by Ayn Rand. We've done several by her before. So if you like this quote, maybe you should go and check out the other, I think at least two others I've done in the past. So let's take a look at the quote we have here. A businessman cannot force you to buy his product. If he makes a mistake, he suffers the consequences. So he suffers the final result. If he fails, he takes the loss. A bureaucrat forces you to obey his decisions. Remember, a bureaucrat is people that work in government offices. If they're not politicians themselves, they've often been appointed by politicians. In some ways, it's worse because a lot of them haven't actually been elected. They've been appointed. So can't get rid of them as easily. If the bureaucrat fails to obey, forces you to obey his decisions, whether you agree with them or not. If he makes mistakes, you suffer the consequences. If he fails, he passes the loss on to you in the form of heavier taxes. Yeah, in most cases, the bureaucrat, if they're probably doing the bidding or what the politicians want or what the administration wants, so they're probably following along anyway. But again, if they make mistakes, you pay for it. It seems like the taxpayer pays for it almost all the time. All right, let's continue here. With this quote, Ayn Rand shows she was a big supporter of capitalism. In true capitalism, not crony capitalism. Right? Now, crony capitalism, remember, that's the sort of capitalism. So it's not real capitalism where the government gives special favors maybe to certain companies or certain friends or relatives or people that will protect them. They work hand in hand. That's kind of like crony capitalism. Or too big to fail. That's what happened in 2008 with the banks, where they made a lot of exceptions for them because they thought that it would have too significant damage on the economy. But, that's not the way capitalism is actually supposed to work. If they do fail and you clean them out, they start all over again, then usually you actually recover better and quicker in those sort of situations. But true capitalism, you either learn to perform well or you fail. Nothing is forced on the average person or consumer. By the purchases, success or failure is determined by the businessman. So really the people decide in a very true sense. If they don't like what sort of product or service the businessman is giving, they usually go out of business. However, she is also warning with this quote that bureaucrats, politicians, or people who run the government offices are the real ones to be wary of, to worry about, be careful of. They will always make excuses to explain away their failures and pass the losses on to you, the taxpayer. You are forced to accept what they think is best. So she's saying the real ones you need to worry about is the bureaucrats or the politicians. Yes, not the businessman itself. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it's clear. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.